everyone. Welcome again to the Good Vibe Show. And today my guest is Col Ashokan. He's a good friend for many years. Welcome to the show, Col
Thank you.
Ashokan. And the Army Like Handshake. And he also runs the Olive Green Institute to train youngsters to join the Defense Force.
That's right.
Welcome.
That's right.
And firstly, let's come to the point that you're from Kerala.
Yes.
Where were you born and how did you land up in Chandigarh?
That's a $1 million question. A lot of people ask me because I am one of the very few Mallus who is now planted in Punjab. So I am almost like a half Mallu, half Punjabi now.
Okay.
And hardly I have seen any Mallu settle down in Punjab.
Thoda
bahut. I can understand good Punjabi, but I'm not very fluent about it.
Okay. Yeah.
So how it happened was, I am born and brought up in Kerala only. I did my post-graduation in Kerala. And I was going to be actually a lecturer because I was about to go into being a lecturer in a college. So destiny plays its own role, and I went for SSB. I got selected. There was one reason also because I was a bodybuilder and I was Mr. Kerala that time.
Kerala.
Yes. So I was a body. It was much better built. Much better.
So how do you get into that?
It was just, in fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger was my, yes, he was the guru. But guru like Ekalavya, sitting here, guru was in States, so California. So, whoa, that is the kind of admiration I had for him. And he had a book called Pumping Iron. I started the preliminaries of bodybuilding from his book. So it was like this. So it was great time. So I was, schooling was also in a very small town school. The place is called Shornur. So there I was initially in a Malayalam medium school, then transferred into English medium. So I had a lot of problems even learning English. So my basics were very less, very mundane, I should say. So I did this post-graduation, and meanwhile, one of my, my paternal uncle, who was a naval officer, he once came and he said, why are you going for college lecturer and all? You very well go for armed forces. You are the fit chap. You are a bodybuilder. So that time I had this talented sportsman award. So I was getting a customs and excise, officer post. It's a sports quota. Sports quota. So I was set to go for that. So he said, no, you will not go for customs and all. Very stupid job. You go for this. So he inspired me because I didn't have much of idea.
Oh, so then your mind was tailored towards the defense of it. But how did it happen?
It just happened, because I'm the first person to join army from my family. So I went for the interview. Maybe I got selected because I was a sports person. Then one thing, and now I understand because the selection was not much, as you know it. In our time, it was around 10-15%. As of now, when I see
10-15.
Yes, the percentage. Now it is gone abysmally down to 4-5%, which will come to, yes. Because the selection standards have not gone down, but overall, intake crop as the quality has come down.
I see.
Yes. So what happened is, why probably I thought I should have been taken out. Not because I was a bodybuilder, but I was a very good reader. I used to read a lot that time.
That's very good.
So generally my awareness was much better. That really no, I didn't have much of mustache. I had a small mustache. No, once I went to training, I started, making it. Because we are, from Kerala, Nair community and all, no? We always like to keep a mustache like Rajputs, Yes.
Coming back, you were the first from your family and that circle to come.
Yes.
You joined, do you remember your first day or first few days in the NDA or where did you go?
I went to OTA, Short Service Commission. Right. So for a few days I was totally lost because the moment you go there, you are in an alien world. Everything is timed, and there is. I still remember for almost 1 month I stopped walking. I mean, I forgot to walk. You've been always running. Either you are running or you are sleeping. The moment you are got up, you are running. That's the routine. It was a very tough routine we had. And because, a very interesting thing, because of my heavy build, because I got a, for the SSB also, in the medical test, I was overweight. So they said, you're overweight, 20 kg or 20% overweight. So they were going to put me down on temporary medical category and said, you come back later. So I walked into the president's room, medical board president. I said, sir, I am a bodybuilder. I am, I'm a known bodybuilder. So where do I reduce? I don't have any fat. So he looked at me, he said, okay, remove your shirt and show me some poses. So I took some poses. So I don't know, he was very, he was impressed probably. Then he brought my medical board record and said, just for you, being a bodybuilder, 20% concession on the way, which I never seen in the army anybody got. I carried this everywhere. I used to see, they go, see, this I got from SSB. So God has been kind. You know?
I can see that. Then the career happened.
Yes.
And you were obviously very bright because when we met for the first time, about 20 years or 25 years ago, you were probably ADC to the governor.
That's
the brightest people get selected for such posts or whatever.
I don't know, it's not brightest actually, but it has got a connection with, it has got a connection with your ACR also. Your CEO should recommend you. That is one reason. Second thing is that, you go for an interview. So 3-4 people are called by the governor, and out of them, you have to get selected. Maybe Haryana governor thought he doesn't have any relations probably here. He will be the best.
No, you were the best. And then you obviously got promoted to the rank of colonel and served with dedication and passion. But then you started your second. So let's come a little bit, and we'll come back to the army and the culture. So how was that transition? Did you know that you want to be doing something like this?
I had an inherent liking for psychology. So I used to read a lot, psychology, and read a lot about personality, behavior, human, body language. I had an inherent interest. So that was maybe the first step. Then, as luck would have it, I was selected again for the group testing officers. That's the selection board members. We have a course.
All right.
So we got 3 courses there were, because it's a selection board is contains of 3 characters or 3 specialists. One is an interviewing officer, one is a group testing officer, one is a psychologist.
Right.
So it's a prismatic approach towards the personality of a youngster for a youth. So in this prismatic approach, what are we seeing? We are seeing Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. Manasa is seen by the psychologist, Vacha by the interviewing officer, and Karmana by the GTO, group testing officer.
You have interpreted.
It is already there. It is already there, I should say that. So, of course, it is from Bhagavad Gita, everybody knows. Lord Krishna said. So, I did a specialization in the group testing officer series because it is basically on group dynamics and body language and how you behave in a society, how you behave individually, both are compared and the leadership qualities are assessed. So what we do, we look into 15 leadership qualities in a youngster, in anybody, any would-be military commander. So this selection board it doesn't take any army officers. Firstly, you have to go through this specialization and course. From there, you should get selected. Even this GTO course is so tough, only 5% get selected. You see? So I did this in our institute called DIPR, Defense Institute of Psychological Research. It is a DRDO lab in Delhi. So we all go through this training program.
It's so important. Psychology in today's era has become even more important.
Very, very.
Because of the mental pressure and the emphasis on wellness. And we are often using the battle of the mind. And it is not only in the defense services, but anywhere.
Everywhere. But for a military leader, the requirement of qualities are entirely different from any other job.
So
Yeah. Any other job. I won't say superior to anybody. That would be, you can say. We can't say that. But the requirement for a corporate leader, requirement for a civil service, senior or officer, requirement for military leadership, it's all different. So that's what we will look into the selection board. So after I did this tenure in Allahabad, I was a group testing officer for almost 4 years. And we call it GTO and senior GTO and all. So then when I came out from there, I found that there is a huge mismatch between the expected standard of the selection board and the crop we are getting. There's a huge mismatch.
Can I interrupt you and ask?
Yes.
Why are the best possible youth youngsters, not enough of them are applying for it? Here I'm interrupting you. How can we make them apply?
See, there are three reasons I would attribute to that. One reason is, though we all say we are all patriotic, but we also got a little hypocrisy about it. We are still not very sure of ourselves to sacrifice our life for the nation. So, yeah, you have to walk the talk. So people all will say, I am very patriotic and all. But even parents say I am very patriotic. The moment, especially in South, I have seen this, more than North, I should say, because I am from South. Most of the parents want the child to be somewhere very, very safe. They want the nation to be protected and safeguarded by somebody, fine, but पड़ोसी की लड़का होगा, मेरा लड़का नहीं है. See, North से बहुत ज़्यादा is South में.
Field Marshal Manekshaw went and they couldn't find a single person from that state.
Yes, yeah, that's legacy.
But the South also have many great.
Yeah, we have. What I'm saying is the general, the kind of attitude is that it's not a safe place type. Like people, especially the parents, want the child to be in a very safe environment. So first point is the cream layer, which we just spoken about. They don't want to join the armed forces. They are looking either to get into IT or lot many who are really good, they want to go abroad.
Yeah, they want to go.
Most of the youngsters these days want to go abroad.
So not attracting the kind of talent that earlier.
Now.
Numbers,
now.
Talent may not be.
Yes. So this is a major concern.
Jobs.
Major concern. Second thing I feel is ignorance. Lack of knowledge about the armed force officers, perks and privileges and the status, people are not aware of. Most of the people who are from small cities and villages and that interiors, they feel that कि फौज means तो बंदूक लेके भागना है, border में fire करना है. So this is also there is one reason. Third reason I also find that army is not a job. It's a service to the nation.
Commitment.
It's a commitment. It's not a job. So these days I find 99%, I won't say 99, at least 90% of the youngsters who are coming to join armed forces, they are job seekers. They're coming because they want a job. They want a very good, secured government job with high good perks and pay and all the kind of, paraphernalia. But when it comes to service to the nation, that is not in the mind.
So interrupting again.
Yes.
What is the army? What are the defense forces doing to make the society more aware of this?
You see, I personally feel the child, their education, their grooming, their moral values start from the home. So when even the parents don't even talk about patriotism, even the parents don't read anything, suppose for example, parents are always looking at the mobile and sitting there. There is a disconnect among the family members only. That's what the child is learning.
That's now. That child is still small. But 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it was not the case. Let's say 20 years.
Okay.
Still, the emphasis was not enough on the defense also.
I got your point. And because
we should do more to. And there are campaigns, advertisement, Instagram. I post maybe an army on the social media now.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not anymore.
Not it. But coming now to your...
You see, again, the selection standards are pretty high. You see, now what is happening, when we go to select this armed force officer, we are taking 5 days to select him.
That's right.
5 days.
And civil service is 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
So we should do 5 days here also.
That is a point.
Learn from army.
Yes, because they got a written examination in UPSC. After that, they got a 4 plus 1 day conference, a 5-day of process to scan through his personality. Now we are going to a lot of details. You are going to a lot of details to 15 officer-like qualities into him. So we are going to grill over him there. Then the 3 assessors will sit together in a conference day, and then we will decide, okay, this boy, this girl, can she come up to our expectations or not? Can she be groomed into a officer which we want? That is she going to be an asset to the org?
No, but what you're telling me from within the system, how they assess, and now in your second innings, you are preparing the youth for that very test. Having been on that side, you are aware,
yes,
and you're preparing them. So those qualities you were talking about.
Yeah, see, there I was only assessing them.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to even talk to them beyond a limit. It's all structured. But when you are wearing the trainer's cap now you have to train them to become what we want. We have to take them to the desired level. So this training which I have 2 other partners also who are also directors like me.
Like
Olive Greens. So we 3, we are the, we sat together, brainstormed and made a program with 3 objectives in mind, this training program. You know what? One is, firstly, the candidate or the youth should know the starting point. So starting point is, who am I? Which most of the youngsters don't know who am I.
Right.
Because nobody asked them.
Oh, human beings don't know.
So unless this self-consciousness doesn't trickle in, you cannot improve yourself. Nobody can improve. So first what we do in our training program, the first 1 week, we put them into a level where they start thinking about themselves and identify what are my strengths and what are my areas of improvement.
Right.
So this is where we focus in the first week of training. Second week of training, what we do, we now tell them, this is the desired level at the SSB. You have to reach from here to here. Right.
In various parameters.
Along these 15 officer, we call it is, you have to reach from point A, that is your starting line, and to the finish line, that is your goal. Now the problem is, nobody knows the route. This is where we make a difference than all other academies. I personally feel we have done a lot of work on this. And we tell them, you cannot run together because that means you will be coached candidate. See, you don't have a same path. Every individual has got your own individual route to follow and reach the goal. So there are a lot of turns and a lot of slippery ground, a lot of gadda bhi hai. They have to know this.
You have to tailor each one.
We tell them. We have got almost 8,000 officers in the armed forces within these last 20 years. In this year, from 2025, January, February, March, there are 4 months now, we got 93 selections known to me. A lot of children even don't tell us. A lot of cleared candidates, especially, girls have little issues because they clear, but then there is no guarantee in the merit list. So they don't tell us initially. So finally they चले जाते हैं. तो 10-15% का हमको अब तक पता नहीं है.
But 90 तो
around 93 is in our record. It is pretty okay. Pretty good.
They have all become officers of the Indian Army.
Yes, they are.
Also Air Force and Navy.
Air Force and Navy, Army, Air Force, Navy, paramilitary force. I'm talking about the whole paramilitary.
Wonderful. So what is it? Let's talk about the physicality also for a minute.
Yes.
You being very quickly, bodybuilder. Today the air-conditioned Blinkit, Swiggy, Zomato. Earlier time the hardworking. So physically you see a difference?
There is a huge difference. A huge difference. Because for the officer selection, they have to go through 10 obstacle course.
Right.
Starting from number 1 to number 10, as per the degree of difficulty, we have named them. Starting with simple jump, ramp jumps onwards, they have to do 10 obstacles, including Burma Bridge, and commando walk. If they have to walk through a very narrow bridge and walk over a victory stand, So we find a lot of children first time doing it in their lives. They got acrophobia. They feel like they've I'll fall down. Then they have to climb a rope also. Rope climbing, nobody had done in their lives now. हमारे टाइम समाने में हम तो इधर पेड़ में कूदते रहते थे बंदर जैसे we used to bloody उल्टा टांगते थे हम लोग तो we never had any issue हम जैसे कूद कूद गए थे
यहाँ तो मुश्किल हो गया वो
And
वो इंस्टाग्राम सीधा वहाँ पे रोप क्लाइंब
हाँ अब ये इंस्टाग्राम देख के इनको लगता है अच्छा बहुत बढ़िया है हम कर लेंगे नहीं कर पाते ना and they break their legs. They got a lot of injuries happening in the SSB these days.
You make them do the same thing.
Everything.
You have the same.
You, I would like you to come and see it once and show the training on ground. We got everything made real time, same specifications, so that once they go through these, they feel that yes, we have seen it. Now we can do it. The confidence builds up. And they have to jump from 12 feet wall also. They have to climb a 12 feet wall. We call it China wall. And they have to climb down. So it's called snake race. There is another race also we are going to do the SSB. In this race, we have 10 ki team bante. There are 4-5 teams. So they have to go through 6 obstacles and rush through these obstacles, and it's like a race, proper race.
I get the idea. A little unique question. We don't want to criticize any state.
No.
But which are the best, let us say, regions? These very strong boys, girls are coming.
You see, these days I find Bihar, UP and all, they're physically strong. Haryana, of course, is very strong. And I'm sorry to say, Punjab was the backbone of armed forces. Backbone. You all know that. Of late, even the army commander has said that we are not getting enough youngsters to join the Sikh regiment. This is a very, very pathetic situation. And you know the reasons.
You know the reason, and if they play outdoor sport, if they are running outdoor, they will not be in those other reasons. And they will be more...
The other reason I don't want to spell out. And another reason which we can spell out would be they want all to go to abroad.
That's prioritization of the society.
And it is everywhere. I'm not saying Punjab. All over India, the other problem is remaining. And overall, there is an issue of physical fitness. But as Northeast bache, they are physically better because there is a lot of hills and tracks and good development nahi hai, roads nahi hai. So naturally, they are most of the time walking only.
Not spoiled.
They're not spoiled. Yes. This is also the cultural problem.
Okay.
So physical fitness is very, very important. Very important.
Also mental agility.
Yes. So what we do, we show everything. हम rope चढ़ के दिखाता है. I climb the rope and show them. Okay. Yes. Tell them, beta, if I can do it, you will bloody well do it. Otherwise, you are not going to get selected like this. So we tell them the standard, what is required.
So now they're coming for permanent commission and then short service also happens?
Short service. All these entry schemes, yes. Short service. Now the best part happened is, just 2 to 2.5 years, almost now 3 years, girls have been allowed to come for +2 level, NDA level. Earlier there was no girls, only boys. But after the government has taken this decision, there is a huge enthusiasm among the youngsters and girls to come to armed forces. And I find it is very endearing.
They join as officers?
Yeah, same rank. And the training is also same. They are doing very well in the India batch. India girls batch is doing very well. And I find they are much better than the boys these days.
Even the police
are much committed.
The police, you look at the face of the police have changed since the ladies have come. The traffic police,
yes,
SHO,
yeah.
Because then ladies and the families feel safer going to the police station.
Even military police, abhi ladkiyon ko aana shuru kar diya. Now the girls are coming as military police.
And we have seen the recent episode where 2 lady officers are on the screen representing the Indian defense forces.
What a pride to watch.
And let us hope that this brings the country together and the
Nari Shakti is the government project, so it's a wonderful project. Yes.
I want to ask you the girl child of India. One of the best ways to empower them sports, physical fitness, defense services. We tend to put them through the padhai wala route. It doesn't often work, and it's taking longer there. So more and more this should happen. You think?
I feel personally, this is a major point we keep telling. the parents also, whenever they come and meet us. You see, India, may as per tradition goes, girls are not allowed to play with the boys.
Yeah.
Girls are not allowed to go out alone also. There are a lot of restriction on the girls, especially not in cities, but mostly in the heart of India. Heart of India is in the villages. So there is a lot of restriction on the girls. There are too many do's and don'ts for the girls. So naturally, ये भारतीय नारी बनाने की training हो रही है. And suddenly the parents want my child to become an officer of the armed forces and fight with the young men. It's not possible. They are already become dependent. Psychologically, they have become dependent because they have been always pampered, not allowed to think, not allowed to take decision for themselves. So I find a lot of girls got tremendous potential, but they are so badly groomed. So they're not coming out from that, that shell. Very, very important.
Coming to a very important point, and before I ask some
Yes.
personal points for your life, the crux of the youth today, look at the larger picture. What are the one or two things that we need to tell them? That better, these are the things which you are not doing, and you are what is it that is holding them back?
See, my message for all youngsters who are aspiring to become armed force officers, or aspiring to have a great life of adventure and pride and status, wearing the uniform, wearing the stars for the nation, that is a great pride, saving the motherland. A lot of children have got hopes and dreams, but then their dreams are not commensurating with their capabilities. Because nobody is training them, nobody is guiding them. Mentoring is hardly anything in schools, as you know it. So the basic problem I find is a very good question. I would like to answer this to all the youngsters around. Sir, it is like this. See, their basic foundation is missing. Now you tell me, foundation is fragile. Can a building sustain? Exactly same thing happens with the personality, especially youngsters' personality. Basic foundation is missing in schooling. Parenting also these days. So what are the basic foundation of personality? We all know you are an expert, but still, just for the sake of everybody. General awareness, good communication skill.
Communication they have, general awareness they don't have.
They don't have. Communication also, they only have Punglish, yeah, English. Pure English nahi hai. They can't write proper English now because there is hardly any writing these days. Nobody writes anything. So their connectivity with the thoughts to translation to words is missing. You understand? So there is no words in them.
Change the words also.
Vocabulary nahi hai na. So basic English ki to faluda banaya hua na. So third is good physical and mental fitness. And the fourth one is good grace, social graces, good manners, etiquettes. All these are diminishing among the youth.
Train them and more people. I think you should be training the parents to train them.
Unfortunately, you know how parents are. They're so stubborn, and most of the parents, they feel we know everything. They try to teach us how the child should be.
Family, your ma'am is a journalist.
Yeah, in fact, you all work together, I think.
And your son is an artist.
He is an artist. And he has been in Germany, connected with the German, museum, art museum. So he's again going for another 1 year, and he's
You are
good.
committed to your work, and Punjabi
Yes. Yeah. Acha, my wife, she's writing a fiction novel these days. Because she's gone through, which I told you, little issues, health issues. But she's now writing a fiction novel. Riti Menon, you know her very well.
Yeah. She should be part of our literary work.
Yeah.
She should also be part of it.
I used to tell her, you should have been here. I have been lesson appendix. I just been there.
But I like the post on our novel bunch group. I think
That's really nice.
It's very inspiring to meet you here. And I immediately thought of you for good vibrations and
Though we are very old friends, I look forward to meeting you many times because I take a lot of advices from you. I get a lot of good vibes from you. Yeah, for which you remember I took advice from you 2 times. Right? So God has been kind, and
nice to have you on the show, and the youth of India be inspired by you and others.
Yes, you're always there. God bless. Thank you very much. Thank you.